Hi, this is Business with Dave. In this video, I'll be going through one of your questions that have been put forward to me via the comment section in one of my videos, and it is how I avoid waste and how I ultimately try to predict the amount of stock I should be preparing. And it's just a sort of thought processes, like experiences that I'm going to be sharing with you, and hopefully you could learn from it and adapt it for your business, or you don't have to adapt it, just listen to sort of my understanding of it, and hopefully you could take something from this video. So yeah, let's jump straight into this video. So firstly, I want to explain that predicting stock levels is very difficult because it will vary day by day. You have no idea how many customers will be coming through your door, but ultimately the best thing you can do is try to average it out. See what the potential is and make for that amount for that certain customer number, and then hopefully you'll be able to sell out. But ultimately you don't want to make too little that you're not making any money from it, and that if there are customers then they won't be able to buy from you. You want to make just enough, almost like 70-80%, where you think, if I sell this amount of food, then this is a good amount for my profits, and it's a good amount for customers to be able to satisfy their needs. But if you do little, then obviously you risk losing customers, you risk making customers unhappy. But ultimately, if you could hit that amount, then you are all good, because you hit the set amount that you set. Customers would have got their food. Yes, a few customers might be upset that they've not got it, but ultimately you're not making too much that it will go in a bin if you don't sell it. And that's the biggest risk, because some days I would make like 10 portions of something and maybe 1 or 2 sales, and what do I do with the other 8? It becomes so difficult because you have no idea. So the best you can do is sort of average it out. So if I'm predicting that I'll sell 10 portions of something, maybe I do 8 portions or 6 portions and see how that goes. And I could always make more if I have a bit more reserve food in stock. So if I needed to whip some up, I could quickly do that. But ultimately, in order to avoid waste, you want to sort of actively analyze, observe. If there's lots of people, then they are more likely to sell something as a result. It really depends on a day as well, and whether the weather is nice. So what I found is that people are more likely to buy from you if it's a nice sunny day. They're happy to go out and buy and treat themselves. And they're less likely to buy if it's kind of like a cold, rainy day, because they're less likely to come out. So do factor in the weather, and particularly type of day as well. So for my business, I open Mondays to Fridays. It tends to be quite quiet during the middle part of the week, so about Tuesday, Wednesday, but it tends to be quite busy at the beginning of the week on a Monday and maybe a Thursday, Friday. So this is how I predict I'll be making more of a set amount of things for a particular dish on Mondays, Thursdays and Fridays, and maybe Tuesday, Wednesdays I make it just a little bit less, just so I know that ultimately there will be less customers, and I'll hopefully be able to sell those out as well. So ultimately, evenly throughout the week, you should have a rough number to be able to sell out on. But honestly, every day is different, every weather's different, every season's different, so you have no idea who's going to be coming in. The best you can do is average out your numbers and give yourself enough buffer, just in case there is more customers, that you could prep more and then sell to those customers, but you don't want it to have too little that customers miss out on your food. And more specifically, in the question that was given to me, it was about my quinoa salad that I sell at the shop. Honestly, I make about 5-6 portions a day, hoping that I would sell out, but often or not, it will be sold out. But you can't guarantee that, because you have no idea who's coming through your door who would normally buy the quinoa salad. So sometimes on a given Friday, on a hot sunny day, I make 7-8 portions, and honestly, many occasions I've only sold 1, or maybe on rare occasions I sell none. So then I have all of this quinoa. I predicted that I would sell it, but honestly, normally on a given day, 8 out of 10 times I would sell it all. But the other 2 times, I don't sell it, and that becomes very difficult to predict. So instead of making too much, I tend to make a bit less and have some as reserves, and if I sell the set amount first and I sell my reserves, then I'm happy because I've sold out my particular dish and I still have other stuff to offer. So other customers could also buy other things, try different things on my menu, and that's where your menu varies will be hopefully giving other customers opportunities to try other things that you make as well. Which is so important because you offering customers choice means that even if they're there for your quinoa salad and you run out, they could buy your baguette or they buy your noodle or rice boxes, which are quite similar with different salads and different meats and stuff. So do find of ways to incorporate different things into your menu that if one thing does sell out, you still have your other options to sell. And I think that's the best advice I can give. You can't make a ton of food and then hope for the best that it will sell completely, because through past experiences and the day by day that you do, you would already found out that maybe I'll sell better on in this particular given day or this particular weather, this amount of customers will come in, then you'll be better at predicting. But ultimately you need to average out because you don't want to incur too much waste, because that's money down the drain if you don't sell it. Even if you have food that is good for the next day, that's a good sort of way to resell the days previous and onto the next day because it's still good. Which is why it's so important that if you have food that is still good for the next day, that you can still sell it, because ultimately if something is only good for one day, then it will go down to waste if you overestimate, you overpredict, you are overconfident or over optimistic about the amount of sales that you might do. And yes, do try to avoid that, but do take past experiences. If you are starting off a new street food business, do start gradually and improve your numbers, like the amount of food that you're making, so you're not going straight from new to like 100 portions and you hope to sell 100 portions. Maybe you start gradually and make 40 portions, and if you see they sell out, 50 portions, 60 portions, and there might be an average number where it's like 80 portions that you are definitely likely to sell, then that's the sort of set amount that you can sell. Have that prepared and maybe have another 40 portions not cooked and have that as reserves, and then cook them up once you sell your 80. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you found this video useful. And an additional tip is, in order to reduce waste, you don't have to have, my best advice has sort of always been to keep your menu really short and sweet and simple. Not have too many items on your menu, maybe 2-3 core things. You waste less as a result, because if you have too many things on the menu, you're buying too many ingredients, and if it doesn't sell, then you're gonna have to throw it away. But if you have 2-3 main things that maybe have sort of similar ingredients that will complement each other, you can buy more of that in bulk and make more of that as a result, and hopefully they will sell because they would be your 3 best sellers. So do consider that tip in order to reduce waste overall, and that you can make a good amount of food and sell it to people and not worry that maybe people won't buy this because I've got like 9-10 things on the menu. So do try to learn, adapt, and see what is good for you and your business, and yes, best of luck to you. If you like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. I have a new email as well, so if you want to email some questions and maybe I could turn them into videos and help you along the way, do email me your questions. I've been Business with Dave. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.